Stampers, and welcome to Laura's Stamp Pad. Today I'm going to show you this amazing card. How fabulous is that? You know how I love my bright colors, and this card just piqued my interest the second I saw it. I love it. This uses the new Irresistibly Yours Designer Series paper, which is in the Sale-A-Bration catalog. Be sure to check that out because in the catalog it can be a little misleading. In the catalog it looks like tan and white paper because the images that show up on the paper look tan. But Stampin' Up! Did that because it's actually white on white. And how else do you show white on white except by giving it another color? So in the catalog it actually shows it as tan, but what it really is white on white. So it's really hard to see. It is already pre-embossed with clear on white cardstock. So you can get an amazing emboss resist technique with this and you get an awesome look. So today I'm going to show you how I did this, but this piece of paper I'm actually using is the stars rather than the little scallops, I guess is what you would maybe call those. So instead of using those, I'm using the stars just for a different look to show you. So you're just going to go diagonal in all of these fabulous colors. So I have Tempting Turquoise, Bermuda Bay, Mossy Meadow, Daffodil Delight, Pumpkin Pie, Melon Mambo, and Elegant Eggplant. So those are the colors I'm using, and I will just be using my Sponge Daubers for this. So let's get all of these ink pads opened up, and we're actually going to go over the colors twice, or I was able to go through them all twice. It kind of depends on how wide you wish to go, and that is all based on what your preference is. You don't have to worry about it. It's not something that's perfect, so you can really play with it and really enjoy the technique a little bit more. You can use different colors. You can use just two colors, like you could do a blue and green for a super fabulous boy card. You know how I have such a hard time with my boy cards, or man cards, if you will. So here I'm going to start with my Tempting Turquoise. I'm just going to dab a little bit in there and just do a light little corner. Just a little bit. Then I'm going to move to Bermuda Bay. And again, just dab, and I'm going to be going over that Tempting Turquoise just a little bit because I want a little bit of some overlap, and so that I don't get these distinct lines. I mean, I do want the distinct lines a little bit so that it goes, but it's not a straight edge line. You know, I want the colors to meld together just a little bit. Then I'm going to take my Mossy Meadow. And you can see I really actually went over that Bermuda Bay quite a bit, but that's okay because I really just want a small little line of color showing up. The yellow I kind of go back a few times for because it's so light and I want that bold image. Again, I'm going to go over that green just a little bit. Then I'm going to go with, oh, Tangerine Tango, not Melon Mambo. I get so excited, and you know how I love my Melon Mambo. And you don't have to worry that you're going at the correct angle. It might be a little off, but that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about that. Then your Melon Mambo. When you get into these longer ones, then you really got to add a little bit more color to it and keep going back for more. This one, it looks like my stripes are a little bit larger than they are in my sample, but again, that's okay. And then now my Elegant Eggplant. And you just want to give even pressure, not super hard, but also not super light, because you want to make sure you get that color down in there. And now you're just going to start all over again. How amazing is that? I super love it with the stars, even more than the scallops. Super fabulous. Love it. You will want to make sure that you take a little paper towel or Kleenex or anything like that to rub over it, just to get that little excess ink that's pooling on top of your embossed stars. I don't know, you can't really see very well that there's a little bit of ink on there, but you'll notice that if you take a paper towel to it, you'll really start to see that white in those stars really pop out and go really bold. So here, let's bring in the sample again. And then for the greeting here, I used a stamp from the Label Love stamp set. I super love this stamp set. It's that one there. And I just took all of the same markers that I used in these colors and then just inked up with my markers and kind of did like the same image there. You can kind of see how it has that same tie-dye or, you know, rainbow effect there. So I just inked those up with my markers, huffed on it a little bit since I thought maybe it took a little while to get all those colors down, and then stamped that down on some Whisper White cardstock and punched it out with the coordinating artisan label punch. So you can see these two fabulous cards that are easily created with that Emboss Resist technique with the Irresistibly Yours. You can get some of your Irresistibly Yours designer series paper during Sale-A-Bration from now until March 31st. Every $50 in the US order that you place, you get a free Sale-A-Bration item. So be sure to pick out this paper because you can do some amazing cards with it. Here's some very simple cards that I created with it. These I just took, oh, that one's upside down. I just took one color and my sponge dauber and did all of it in the background and then just added it to a crumb cake card base. Super fabulous and simple. I love it. So be sure to get some of yours. Don't forget to check out my blog, laurastamppad.com, for more samples using the Irresistibly Yours designer series paper. Happy stamping!